What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sports and cards. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. How are you, buddy?
Good, mate. Very good. And it's a big week. A lot's going on in both sectors that we cover on this show. Sport is never a dull moment. And what can we say?
There's always something in
Cards.
cards.
There's always
It's
something
card
going
world.
on. There is always something going on, Dom.
Whether it's a Sean index or someone snorting snow and whatnot, there's always something going on.
There is, yes. Well, that's one from one spectrum to the other, very, very
100%.
wide. Massive.
But of course, some massive stuff just off the top of the show, so we can get it done and dusted out of the way. Just the World Championship has been decided. We had Off the Grid. If you want our takes on that, you can tune into that episode. But well done in the end to Lando Norris. He's world champ. Max Verstappen finishes in second, 2 points behind him. And if they didn't switch in Italy, Verstappen would have beat him by a point source. Piastri. Who would have thought? But anyway, Zach Brown said a whole bunch of things. I actually want to get the Zach Brown comment because I was thinking about this while I was eating my dinner. Zach Brown comment.
Disappointing. It's been. I'm not sure if you caught on the socials, Dom. Hughesy absolutely blowing up.
Yeah, seen that.
He's got a valid point. Piastri was literally he was rookied in this season, Dom. It was like, nah, mate, you're the rookie, you're the the younger driver, you're not number one. Clearly, there was no. They tried to play bipartisan, did McLaren, but it was clear as day who they favoured.
Zach Brown, just to put it out there, he said in regards to a politician saying that there's been bias over towards Lando over Piastri, saying that it's an uneducated, uninformed comment. So read into that as you will. Anyway, I agree with you, Source. It wasn't the most, it wasn't the best. It was very tone deaf, I think. The comments made to Piastri.
Yeah. Not a lot of empathy there anyway.
Season done. He comes back again next year. Oscar at McLaren. See what happens. I don't know if you've seen the odds, but Georgie Russell is straight into third favourite next year. As you know, the power units are changing source. Aerodynamics are changing a bit again on the cars. And I think they're using Mercedes power units, a lot of the cars next year. So therefore, it makes sense why a Mercedes driver is a favourite to win the World Championship. McLaren drive with Mercedes power units, and Red Bull will be moving to Mercedes power units also in 2026. So pretty interesting to see what happens there. Piastri is fourth favourite to win the title. Max is favourite to win, followed by Lando, followed by George Russell, and that's correct. No more DRS in 2026 onward source, which is interesting. They reckon with the new power units, the new fuel, the new design of the car, that it's going to be pretty equal and not needed. So we'll wait and see what happens with that one. We'll cover it in 2026. The next biggest news in the sports world source, and people might not think it's the biggest news. I think it's the biggest news in the world at the moment when it comes to sport, as the world game is probably the biggest sport on planet Earth, is Mo Salah. His days at Liverpool could be over. It's done. You heard that right. He might not play again for Liverpool because the word on the street is he'll be gone in January. So they're going to put him on ice. Yep, he's been left out of the starting lineup the last 3 games, Source. He's been left out of the lineup this week for Champions League against Inter Milan. And their loss to Leeds, or their draw to Leeds, last week wasn't ideal for the football club because I'll read you some of the comments that came out of Mo Salah's mouth, source, regarding the Liverpool Football Club and the current manager, Arnie Slot. I don't think you can come back and play because the last time I seen someone do something like this was star forward at Liverpool, Isak, who's done jack shit when he said some stuff about Newcastle. So here we go. This is the story. Arnie Slot insisted his relationship with Mohamed Salah has not broken down even after dropping the star attacker from Liverpool's trip to face Inter Milan in the Champions League. When was this article? December 9th. Yeah. That's not the way I feel, but he has the right to feel how he feels. I haven't felt that at all, said Slot. The Egyptian forward was not taken to Italy despite training earlier in the day with the first team, after saying he felt like he had been thrown under the bus by the club and no longer had a relationship with Slot. Salah made those comments after he was left on the bench for a third consecutive game in a 3-3 draw against Leeds. This was Salah. I said many times before that I had a good relationship with the manager, and all of a sudden we don't have any relationship. I don't know why, but it seems to be me, how I see it, that someone doesn't want me in the club. It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. That is how I am feeling. I think it is very clear that someone wanted me to get all of the blame. So the forward has reportedly been linked to a move to the Saudi Pro League over the last 2 years.
Going to go get that bag.
Arnie Slot has to show his authority and pull him in and say, you are not traveling with the team. What you said is not acceptable. That was a comment from Wayne Rooney. Take yourself off to AFCON and let everything calm down. If I was him, there would be no way he would be in the team, said Rooney. Salah, is absolutely destroying his legacy at Liverpool. It would be sad for him to throw it all away. He's gone about it all the wrong way. Asked whether Salah, who has scored 250 times for Liverpool since signing from Roma, he said, I have no clue. I cannot answer that question at this moment in time, added Slot. He has every right to feel what he feels, but he doesn't have the right to share it with the media. That I agree with.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, in all of this, you reading all of that to me and sort of what's transpired, I had no clue. I know there's a bit of, I knew there was a bit of situation going on with, Slot and him, but, I didn't know to the extent of what was said. From Salah's point of view, from me looking at that from Salah, I'm a little bit disappointed. He's an experienced player. He should, communicate that with the coach. Now, we don't know whether he has gone to speak to Slot directly and, ask questions if he's feeling a bit of, hard done by if he's getting left out of the squad and not playing, which is, hard to believe. I know he's a little bit older, but he's still an absolute freak. So that's disappointing. I don't know where Big Arnie's at. I don't know.
I'll tell you where he's 10th.
Liverpool, great. You're pushing him out of the club. I don't know how the fans feel about it. What's their thoughts? But, yeah, look, I don't know. It's disappointing to see. It is disappointing to see.
Global says he's one of my favourite players ever. Shouldn't have spoken out like that. He's played his last game. I don't understand what's happening at our club, but maybe both coach and player have to go. Well, no player is bigger than the club. Jamie Carragher did say it was a disgrace what Salah did. So he said, have I ever criticised Mo Salah on the pitch? He goes, I've never criticised him. Listen to what he... So this is criticism that basically he would have wanted to have said about him, but hasn't in the past. So listen to some of these comments, and you have to read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. I've never criticised him for not working back. I've never criticised him when he's gone for games without scoring. I've never criticised him when he hasn't passed to someone when he should pass to people at times, because he's an absolute legend of the club. What you get from him, you have to put up with certain bits. I think some of the criticism this season of Mo Salah has been excessive. I've said that publicly, but I will go after Mo Salah when he tries to throw my club under the bus off the pitch and just thinks about himself.
There you go.
So
I think it's a bit disappointing. He shouldn't have said those words. And you're probably right, Dom. He probably has played his last game
He's
for the
cooked
club.
you. Now, if you're just Manchester United, can we see a Van Persie situation when he left Arsenal, come to United? I'd just throw the absolute bag at him. Get him at United. Doesn't really matter
No,
for us. Can't play
completely
champ.
different, mate. You
Nah, get him in.
completely different
Get him in. No,
situation.
but I, in all honesty, though, I see Salah not for the fact of like I don't think he plays in the Premier League. I
I don't
think
see why he
personally,
wouldn't go to the Saudi league.
I don't see why he wouldn't go to Barcelona. He's been linked there for so long.
Oh yeah, maybe potentially.
Why not? Him on the left, Rafinha on the right, Lewandowski up the top, Pedri, Gavi in the middle, Yamal. Oh, they got Yamal on the left. I guess he doesn't fit in there. You're not putting him. You're not starting him over Yamal.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
He's going to the MLS with the GOAT, says Global.
Who won the MLS?
He won. He finally won.
He did it.
He did it. So, well done. Good on him. He did it.
Right? At least he got the trophy.
I'm not making a comment. Oh,
He's got to go there. He's got to win, mate. All right. Didn't get it done in his first season, but second season in, it's got the job done.
I think he's like fourth season in source, but it's okay.
Is it?
Or third season in, but that's all right.
Third. Okay.
But yeah, he got there. He got there.
Done.
Ronaldo's been there for.
Do you know do you want to know when the season changed for them? When they realized they actually need to have Suarez coming off the bench.
It's a valid point. Use him in bursts, mate.
Because he's too old and mate. Have you seen? He's like turns like a truck these days. Look,
Yeah.
no disrespect. He's still
one of the great players to play. But I know what you mean. So good on him. Congrats, Messi. Well done.
See
what you want me to say?
World Cup. It's all about the World Cup now.
Who ended up winning based off their group. Was coming out of the group stages.
Don't get. I know there's groups, but we're not talking about that at the moment, Dom. We don't want to go on. We'll talk about
anyway,
that.
Salah, he's gone. I don't know where he's going, but he's gone. It's happened at the perfect time for him. Like, I reckon he's played this perfectly with his agent. Happened now, started December, gives Liverpool the Christmas break as well as the January transfer window, gives them 2 months to find a suitor. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a suitor somewhere.
Yep.
There'll be a suitor somewhere. They've got 2 months, and you put the name Mohamed Salah into the world. What do you reckon? No one's going to buy it. Like you said, if all else fails, it goes and plays in the Saudi League for a season and gets $1 billion, and then he can decide where he goes. And knowing the Saudi League, Al Nassr will probably end up buying him. You go play with his buddy Sadio Mane. Like, funnily enough, that sounds ridiculous, but you never know. Anyway, so let's get to the results for the week. I'll throw it to you so you can get the FODMAP results.
Which
obviously,
I did not have ready.
Someone's a bit upset about a result, and someone's quite happy about a result.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately. What can you say?
And I made a premature comment last week on this podcast, and you shut me down very, very quickly, and rightly so. Rightly so.
Arsenal defeat Aston Villa 2-1, Doma. Can we just have a look? There was 4 minutes added on. It was scored in the 95th minute. Buendia. Oh,
it was a horrific goal to cop as well.
We were blocking everything. It was just unfortunate. The game was back and forth. It was a great game to watch, but it would have been good to just hold on for the win there, Doma. But what can you say? Unfortunately, we couldn't. And 2-1 Aston Villa. If you get a chance to go watch the replay, I would say go watch it because it was a cracking game. Then you had an absolute Salah dweller. Bournemouth against Chelsea, 0-0, 0-0, board draw.
Triple or nothing. Get triple or nothing.
Dobber's looking good. He's firing up. He's firing up. Everton beat Nottingham 3-0. Manchester City to beat Sunderland 3-0. Newcastle to beat Burnley 2-1. Tottenham beat Brentford 2-0. Leeds draw with Liverpool 3-3.
2 big weeks in a row.
Brighton draw with West Ham 1-1. And Fulham is defeated by Crystal Palace 2-1. And then you have Wolverhampton defeated by Manchester United 4-1. Doma, 4-1.
Won't read into this.
Fernandez, 2 goals, and Burpo and Mount.
I'm not going to read into this too much, mate.
63% possession. That looked like a pretty dominant performance, but
mate, it was.
If we have a look at the table, Wolverhampton are dead last. So let's just not get too excited, United fans. I'll just
I know. That's why I said don't worry about the result, because we probably should have had 6 or 7, to be honest. It was, mate, they're horrific. They're bad.
Going straight back down, aren't they?
They're so bad, Sauce. They're so bad. Honestly, every time we went forward this morning, I actually thought, fuck, we could kick a goal. Every time we went forward. There were some players where they just made the wrong pass. But it was just through balls after through balls after through balls. And I'm like, I don't know what they're doing here, Wolves. Do they have any defenders? Or they just played all midfielders and attackers? They're horrific. They're so bad. So, anyway, it's a game that United had to win and should have won, and they did win. So, I can't complain. It's a good game to rest some players. So, anyway, let's move on to next week.
With those results, Doma, Arsenal on top with 33 points. City second with 31. Villa. Then Villa on 30.
I didn't realise it's a big win for them.
Crystal Palace fourth with 26 and Chelsea in fifth with 25. And right on the hammer, Manchester United with 25. And Manny is absolutely shaking in his boots right now for triple or nothing. Someone has said at the start of the season, what have I got to lose? I'm going triple or nothing, and it could pay off for him.
Global says Bruno is a jet. I'll tell you something about Bruno Fernandes, Global. He's a good player, yeah, but he could go down as one of the biggest flat track bullies of all time. Of all time. He just beats up on shit teams. Where was this when the games have been on the line in the last few weeks, mate? Like, when the going gets tough, he pulls his hair out and he starts souping, mate. But when it's easy beats, it's happy days. Yeah, happy days. Mind you, the VAR penalty that was given in the game was a disgrace for us. It was a disgrace. He hit the bloke in the arm here, Sauce. Here. Hit him here. Yeah. And apparently, I missed the first 20 minutes of the game. There was an identical one on a United player in the first half. They didn't even give it. But in the second half, they gave the penalty to us. They went to the review and they gave it. It was identical.
Shocking.
It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. But yeah, anyway.
The VAR, it's a toss of the coin. I don't care. They've got all these angles and that now, but it's still a bit of a toss
scam.
Of the coin these days.
It's a scam. It's a
scam. One Messi the World Cup. So behind United in seventh, you've got Everton on 24.
I didn't say it.
Which is good to see. Good to see Everton up mid-table and pushing. Big improvement on last season where they were fighting down the bottom of the table. So good to see.
Chelsea.
And then you've got Brighton in 8th, Sunderland in 9th, Liverpool in 10th, Tottenham in 11th. I think I sent a graphic that I think Ange was doing better at this point in his season. So
maybe I was
make
wrong.
of it what you will. Maybe they shouldn't have sacked Big Ange. I don't know. Who knows? Newcastle in 12th, Bournemouth 13th. And then I'm not going to go any further, but you got Wolverhampton. They're getting relegated. They're on 2 points. I'll say that hands down. And you got Burnley 19th and West Ham in 18th.
Oh, you don't want the Gunners to the Hammers.
17th.
Sorry, you don't want the Hammers to go down.
Yeah, not the Hammers. They're big support, but that was the table, ladies and gentlemen. And then you have the round this week, 2 a.m. Sunday morning.
Oh, this is
Chelsea versus Everton. Then you got Liverpool and Brighton, Burnley versus Fulham, Arsenal, Wolverhampton. That's Sunday morning, 7 a.m. And then you got Monday morning, Crystal Palace against Manchester City, Nottingham against Tottenham, Sunderland against Newcastle, West Ham against Aston Villa, and then 3:30 a.m. you have Brentford against Leeds United. And on Tuesday morning, Doma, you've got the Tuesday morning fixture again, December the 16th, United against Bournemouth at home at Old Trafford to round out the games. And Doma, it doesn't stop there because the champions.
We're going to get the music. I've got to get the
we
music.
should get the music. We'll get done for copyright, so we might have to speed it up or something. But do a little bit of we could do our own version. But tomorrow morning, round 6 of the Champions League, it's back. You have Karat Almaty against Olympiacos from 2:30 a.m. Then you got Bayern Munich against Sporting Lisbon at 4:45 a.m. And then at 7 a.m., these are the bunch of the games that you have. You got Atalanta against Chelsea. That's a cracker. Barcelona against Eintracht Frankfurt. Then this is the game of probably the day, if you ask me. Inter Milan against Liverpool, where I'm just the way Liverpool's going at the moment. I'm just telling you, Inter Milan 2-1, 3-1. All right, I'm just going to put it out there. Last time I gave a correct score, I'm pretty confident Liverpool should be able to at least get a goal on them. They've got enough talent.
Well, they're not playing Mo Salah, so
it could be, or it could, I see them being able to score, but I just see Inter winning this at home. I just think they'll be too strong. Then you got Monaco against Galatasaray, PSV against Atletico Madrid, Tottenham Hotspur against Slavia Prague, and then Union Saint-Gilloise against Marseille. All right, Thursday morning, Karabag against Ajax, 4:45 a.m. Then you got Villarreal against Copenhagen. Then you got Athletic Club Bilbao against Paris Saint-Germain. Then you got Bayer Leverkusen against Newcastle United, Benfica against Napoli, Borussia Dortmund against Bodo Glimt, Club Brugge against Arsenal, Juventus against Paphos, and the game of the day, Real Madrid against Manchester City. It is going to be about that rounds out the Champions League. It is a big week in the round ball sport, the world game, football, and it's going to be huge, Doma. So there's plenty of to watch and tune in, and we'll talk about the results next week on the show. But it is going to be a belter, and I think there's they play halfway through the games played. I think they play 8 games or 10 games, so they've already played 5. This will be round 6. Let me just see.
Mate, have a look. I'll just bring this up for you, Source, because this is pretty much what we've got to look forward to next year, which is going to be great. But obviously, as Global said, dream group for the World Cup for the Aussies. I'll just bring this up. I know it's early days. We will go through it. But 9 p.m. against whoever the UEFA qualifier is there. There's still one more team to come into our group. We've got the United States and Paraguay. So have a look at these times. That means, ladies and gents, the games are going to look to be 12, 3, 7, 9, and that's probably it. Maybe 11 p.m. because there's more teams next year, sorry. So I reckon there'll be like 4 games a day, maybe. Or there could be 2 games on at the same time. But have a look at that. That's midday, 7 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. This is juicy for the double coverage World Cup coverage.
Hang on. What does it say at the bottom there? It's got the EST time.
12 p.m. EST.
Is that what that means?
Oh no, sorry. It's 2 p.m., 5 a.m. Apologies. Sorry.
all right. 5
Yeah.
a.m. is not that bad, Dom. You go to
So
bed
it's
early,
looking
5 a.m.
so it's looking
Get
that
up.
it'll be maybe 5, 10, 12 in the Arvo and 2 o'clock in the Arvo. Not bad. Not bad, Saucy. Not
Yeah,
bad.
good.
It's looking good for us, mate. It's better than the 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m., whatever the hell we did. No sleep. So, all right, let's get to.
Watched every game. And if I didn't watch it
Yeah,
live, watch the replay. It was just the ultimate.
league leaders, NBA. What do we got? Luca the Don, of course, is up there, averaging 35. SGA, 33. Tyrese Maxey, Mitchell, Jokic, Brown, Edwards, Reeves, Brunson, and Martin. The fact that the Lakers have got 2 in the top 10 is pretty impressive. Um, then we've got over here, that's Jokic, I'm assuming. Yeah, he's averaging 12 boards, 11 assists, which is pretty good. So we've got nothing else really to go through there, but we'll go through this one. The standings, and we've got Detroit still on top in the East source. The Knicks and the Celtics. Celtics have won 5 straight. They are flying, absolutely flying at the moment. The Raptors have lost 3 straight, but they're still up there. Orlando has lost 1. Miami's lost 3 in a row as well. They've dropped to 6th. Philly in 7th, Cleveland 8th, Atlanta 9th, Milwaukee in 10th, the Bulls in 11th. They're on a 7-game losing streak. And then the rest are just making up numbers at the moment. Any comment on any teams in the West, Saucy?
East?
East, sorry. Apologies.
Yeah, look, there's a few teams up there that, obviously weren't there last year, but there's a long way to go. Only 24 so games played. Most teams around that number.
Yeah.
So yeah, a fair bit more to play out, but yeah, I think Toronto has the ability to stay there if they can, keep clicking together. They have, they have good length, they have good, decent shooting, they have guys who can, they want to play fast. If you watch them play, they try to get fast break points, and then they run their offense after that. But yeah, look, I think Toronto can be a little bit of a surprise packet. So look, we'll keep an eye out. But yeah, also Orlando. I'm not sure if you've seen Franz Wagner got injured, so they just got Banchero back, and then Franz just got injured. I'm not sure how serious it is. So yeah, look, they're another one that could improve on last year. Cleveland is the one that obviously they had a great season last season, and they're sort of you can't. I mean, they're still above 500, and we do know you only have to finish in 10th. But I'd expect them at some point to have a bit of a click and go on a bit of a winning streak. They have changed a few guys off from their bench from last season, so and they haven't been able to stay fit. So I think once Cleveland can get their guys all fit, they should be able to shoot up the rankings a little bit, and we'll see them higher to maybe they might finish in the top 6.
Global says the Bulls have lost the plot, and the Golden State Warriors gave them a 30-point hiding. So yeah, well, they've lost 7 in a row. It doesn't help at the moment. So yeah, a few interesting ones. Over to the West source, of course. Oklahoma on a 15-game win streak. They're going for the record. So I think it's like 32 in a row is the record. Lakers are second. They have got no chance of finishing the first seed. Oklahoma, you might as well give it to them now. Denver in third, Houston in fourth, San Antonio in fifth, Minnesota in sixth. Then we've got Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis, Portland. The Mavs just outside the play-in. Bottom 4 stink. I can't believe how bad the Clippers are, but they're very bad.
Yeah, that's surprising with the guys they got there, but who knows? Could be back to the drawing board for the Clips. Good to see my boys, the Lakers. Come on, we'll be playing playoffs this season, and
LeBron's got
LeBron's 10-game streak comes to an end. the big news over the last week. His 10-game streak comes to an end, finished on 8 points, makes the winning play out to Rui Butt, and we get the win. So, say what you want. Even one of those moments, people, he's just keeping it alive, this and that, made
That was me,
the
mate.
winning play. Made the winning play, passed it off like he has done it many a time. And if he had guys that maybe knocked down more shots, maybe he would have.
Now he doesn't. Now he doesn't have to worry about that stupid stat. He can actually worry about playing ball.
Well, he came out the next game, and I think he played pretty well.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to worry about stupid stats.
We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But the West is going to be tough. Like, I think, even the Warriors, they're finding a bit of form without Curry there, and once he's yet to come back. So
Oklahoma's
dominating. I think I'm going to have to nearly change my. If they stay fit, I just have to. I think they just doesn't matter who they come up against. They're going to beat them.
They're just a beast of a team. They're going to be very hard to beat. So, that's it for the basketball, Saucy. Let's continue to move on. NFL games this week. We had the Lions defeating the Cowboys 44-30. Seahawks over Falcons. Steelers defeat the Ravens. That's pretty much it for them. They're done. Titans over Browns. Jags defeat the Colts. The Colts have lost, I think, 4 in a row, Sauce. So they just worked out that you've got Daniel Jones as your quarterback and said, let's just turn it into New York. Vikings defeat Commanders in a shutout 31-0. The Dolphins defeat the Jets to go 6-7. We've got no hope still. Saints 24-20 over the Bucks. Upset there. Bills defeat the Bengals 39-34. Broncos defeat the Raiders. They move to 11-2. Packers defeat the Bears. That's a divisional game, 28-21. They go 9-3, the Packers, with that one. Rams move to 10-3, defeating the Cardinals. And the Texans defeat the Chiefs 20-10. Puts a nail in the Mahomes coffin for 2025-26 season. And then the Chargers defeated the Eagles to move to 9-4. The bye teams were Carolina, New England, New York, and San Francisco. There you go, Sauce. Games this week. Falcons, Buccaneers. Browns, Bears. Ravens, Bengals. Cardinals, Texans. Jets, Jags. Chargers, Chiefs. Bills, Patriots. Commanders, Giants. Raiders, Eagles. Packers, Broncos. Lions, Rams. Panthers, Saints. Colts, Seahawks. Titans, 49ers. Vikings, Cowboys, and the big Monday night football game next week belongs to the Dolphins versus the Steelers. That's it. We're getting pretty close to the end, Sauce. Only 3 weeks or 4 weeks of regular season.
Daniel Jones got injured for the Colts, and the Colts have slid the last few games, so
they've turned into the New York Giants.
And I'm not sure if you've seen Mahomes out of AFC conference contention. Put a line through it. Done.
Nail in the coffin, mate, for them. Unbelievable. All right, Sauce, over to you, because the UFC.
Doma, over the weekend, it was a huge, massive card. And let me just tell you, Doma, there was a lot of shocks on the card. Definitely got this one wrong. Here it is. Peter Yan gets the win over Merab Devashili over the 5 rounds. A massive, massive underdog betting favorite. Just crazy. I never thought that he'd be able to get the win. He did land less strikes, but he landed 5 takedowns to 2. Significant strikes. He was on top. And look, you sort of can't be upset in a way, that he won. I feel like it was one of those fights, I think it was judged pretty accurately by the judges. Some people were a bit upset, but what can I say? Congratulations, Peter Yan. Pantoja copped an injury. Joshua Van gets the win. Don't know what to say. got a KO, TKO. I'm not exactly. I didn't actually see the injury or what it was, but I've heard it's a pretty bad injury. So Pantoja, I'm sure he'll be back. But there you go. Van's the lightweight title champion. So there he is. We'll see who he fights next, and I'm sure he will have a quick turnaround because 26 seconds in the octagon. Domi, he could be fighting in January next year. Let's be honest.
Let's see if I can find this Pantoja injury.
Brandon Moreno is defeated by Tatsuro Taira with a KO in the second round. Henry Cejudo is defeated by Peyton Talbot over the 3 rounds. This is what we have. We had total strikes 156 to 77, takedowns 3-1, significant strikes 134 to 60, and 1 knockdown. Absolute domination by Peyton Talbot, young up and comer. Then you got Jan Blachowicz against Bogdan Guskov with a draw. So,
there's an elbow injury on Pantoja. I think he separated his elbow.
There you go. So there's that. And then there's the prelims results, which if you want to check those out, you can head over to the UFC website. I'll scroll through for anyone watching so you can see the results. But it was a massive card, UFC 323 Doma. And then this weekend,
not many cards left in the year, Source.
We have, well, this is the last card of the year. Royval versus Cape. This weekend, Royval against Manel Cape in the flyweight divisions, 2nd versus 6th. Then you got featherweight belt Gigatse against Kevin Velos. Middleweight bout Cesar Almeida against Cesare Shizutsky. That was not bad. Mexico Costa against Morgan Chachere out of France. Kennedy Nchukuku against Marcus Chechacha. That's what it is. Buchecha. Marcus Buchecha. We just throw them out there. And it goes on and on and on, ladies and gentlemen. But the prelims kick off from 11 a.m. on Sunday, and the main card kicks off from 2 p.m. Is the last card of the year, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to enjoy some UFC on the weekend, make sure you check it out. But it should be an absolute belter. And we look forward to it, as we always do, when I'm able to sit down and don't have something on, which isn't often these days, and the amount of card shows we've been having. We're always at a card show on a Sunday.
There is a lot of card shows. There's one left in the year, isn't there?
There is one. Yeah, this Sunday, Collectorama.
Oh, yeah. I won't be
this
able to
Saturday,
get to it.
Collectorama.
It's been cooked. Oh, what time's it finish?
I'll have to have a look. We'll bring it up. I'll bring it up again when we get to Hobby Talk.
Easy. Well, we're in Hobby Talk. Let's you sort it out. You sort that out. You sort that out. I've got a few products to go through, Saucy. This one you're gonna like. As we finish UFC, we'll just move into this Top Stadium Club UFC. Look at that beam team of John Jones with the heavyweight championship. So collectors can expect to find 2 autos in every hobby box, as well as plenty of parallels. The size and scope of the base set has been announced. He's Shevchenko. He's a Mackenzie Dern, Saucy's favorite fighter.
Yep. Cheers. And the champion.
Renier de Ritter.
Stadium Club. Is this a Stadium Club?
Yeah, Stadium Club. Beam team.
Yep.
So he's Kayla Harrison Auto Beam Team. Very nice.
While we're here,
and then you got Ilya Topuria with the Power Packed Auto. Joshua Van, the new flyweight champion of the world. You got dual auto here of Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. Obviously, they had that banger fight and they came to the last punch. You You got this insert dynasty of Khabib. You got Merab Dvalishvili, Sean O'Malley, Triumvirates, card split back 8 in the mega, 10 in the value, 8 in the hobby, 10 in the mega, 5 in the value. Packs per box, 16 in the hobby, 6 in the mega, 6 in the value. Boxes in a case, 16 hobby, 20 in a mega. Release date is 23rd of January 2026. What to expect? 2 autos. What to expect in a mega box? Chrome X-Fractor parallels, 3 of those. And in the value box, 1 Chrome Lava parallel. Saucy.
Well, Doma, I'm just going to bring this up for as you're talking about this. I'll just take over for a second.
Yes,
bring
go
this one
for
up. You head over to tops.com. If you got yourself a Tops account, you can add up to 10 per account. So if you want, but I wouldn't add 10 because just be mindful if you're ordering this back to Australia. 130 USD is about 200 and something Australian. As soon as you get past $1,000, you're going to have to pay an extra 5% for import tax. So I would keep it, unlike I'd only order 2 to 3 boxes. 3 boxes max, but you can go there right now. It's still in stock. This is pre-order, ladies and gentlemen. So as Doma mentioned, not shipped until 23rd of Jan. But if this interests you and you want to rip something, I mean, Doma, what's $130? 200. Even if you order 1 box, you're probably getting the box for like $250 or less. Let's just say shipped. I think the shipping will be about 15 to 20 US directly from Tops. You can order that right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, head over there. I'll even put the link in the chat.
Here we go.
And if you are keen, feel free to head over and pre-order yourself a box. I seen this come out today. I was thinking about, I was umming and ahhing, but you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the stuff you should have a rip. Why not? It's like relatively, that's a good price, Tom. Like when you think about it,
that's a like, great price.
And you're guaranteed 2 autos per box.
2 autos a box.
2 autos guaranteed per
Here
box.
It is, ladies and gents. Right here. What to expect? 2 autos a box.
Clear as
day. There it is. So, bang, right there.
I reckon that's honestly, I reckon that's actually a pretty good price if I'm being serious. So, ladies and gentlemen, head there right now if you're keen. And
there it is. Yeah, source.
And why not? Why not? I was thinking about it. I might even pre-order one after the during the stream.
2 autos.
Just as a personal rip. Why not?
What is going on? That's James, I'm assuming, with the new handle there. Hope everything is going well. Next up, Source, we'll just get through some of these because for those that may be new, we like Leaf on this show. We've always said with Leaf, cheaper autos, cheaper patches.
Good for collecting. You need competition. You need competition.
There's no licensing, of course. So this is the Leaf Trinity Football. So just run through. Want Peyton Manning. What do you got here? DJ Lagway, Tim Tebow, and Steve Spurrier. Look at this. They do nice booklets. Bryce Underwood, they've got some college cards in there. Barry Sanders, Patch Auto, Aston Genty. They've even got, look at this. They've got a multi-sport. They've got Brooks Koepka, John Daly, Jim Furyk, Triple Auto, Golf in the product. They've got Ken Griffey Jr., Patch Autos, 2 source in a football product. Look at this. Got Messi, Judge, Mahomey, and Giannis. So, anyway, that's Leaf Trinity Football. Those, has it released yet? December 5th. So that's out. And the last one, which I thought was pretty cool, is 2025 Leaf Photographic Source. So Photographic marks a groundbreaking release comprised entirely of authentic signed Polaroid photos of athletes, movies, and TV stars, musicians, politicians, and other celebrities. Have a look at these.
Interesting.
Polaroid. Bit of a different look. We've got The Rock. I saw a Kobe in there as well. That's Jim Henson, if anyone wants to know who that is. He created the Muppets. Michael J. Fox. Is that Michael J. Fox? No, it's not Michael J. Fox.
No.
No, who is that? Can't read the auto. Sports figures, you got Billie Jean King. Who else? Hulk Hogan, Kobe Bryant, Muhammad Ali. There's Kobe. Actors: Al Pacino, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Betty White, Bob Saget, Chuck Norris, Dwayne Johnson, Denzel
Is this by
Washington.
Leaf as well?
Yeah, Hugh Grant, Jennifer Aniston, Matthew Perry, Michael J. Fox, Morgan Freeman, Mr. T, Robin Williams. There's actually a fair few of celebrities and sports stars that have passed away in this product. Sylvester Stallone, Tom Hanks. There's Robin Williams. Musicians: Aretha Franklin, MC Hammer. Jeez.
So what? These are actually signed Polaroids.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Autographed Polaroids per box is 1. So 1 pack, 1 card per box. So that has released also. Here's some of the other people on the checklist. Alec Baldwin. Let's see if there's anyone. Andy Roddick. Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Let's see if there's anyone in there. There's probably someone that'll jump out. Be a nice one for Magda. Any 2-pack photos? Man, James says, I know a few Muppets. Bill Clinton. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad one. Wonder what his Polaroids of.
It's in the office, mate.
Is there a P Diddy Polaroid or?
This would be a picture of baby oil.
Boris Becker. Just trying. Bruno Sammartino, the wrestler.
Jeez, there's a lot in here.
Buzz Aldrin. It's 2,500 cards in the set. Carlos Santana, Carlos Puyol, Carl Weathers, Chubbs from Happy Gilmore. Charles Barkley, Cher, the singer, Chris Isaac, Chris Rock, Christy Brinkley. Yeah, back in the day, you can have a look at that one in your own time. Don't start Googling. Oh, there's so many in here, so it's crazy. There's 2,500 cards. We can't go through all of them. So we'll be here forever.
Nuts.
Fabio, the
you put the link to
model.
that. What's that? Is that on Beckett's website or?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. So
any Epstein.
Go check out the chat on YouTube. You'll see the link come up.
What's G? Is it G or J? Jeffrey Epstein. I doubt they're gonna have him. Or Gloria Estefan, Goldberg. Surely there's there's no Jeffrey Epstein. On a HIJ, we got to have a look. Jeffrey Osborne. Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, that would have been wild. That would have been wild.
Jerry Springer. Yeah, throw out the names. I'll check it in the background, ladies and gents. If there's any fan favorites, I can have a look for you. So that's it for me, Source. That's all I've got for you on my part. And there's one Kobe auto in the whole product. Just want to put that out there.
Well, before we go any further, we will just give this a little bit of a plug. And the final show of the year here in Melbourne, Collectorama, 13th of December. We bought it up last week, Bundoora Sports Complex, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Early bird, $20. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and general $15 goes till 5 p.m. Dom, and then kids $5 and 5 and under get in for free. That is this 13th. That's the Saturday, I believe. It is the Saturday.
That is the Saturday.
It is on Saturday. So get down if you can. Over 100 vendors and 200 plus tables.
Might be able to get in.
Sell your cards to the vendors. Get some money for Christmas. There's there's a lot of good things about this show and why you should attend.
Are you heading down?
I'm pretty sure I should be able to go. Actually, I just need to double check my calendar. But as far as I know, I'm free on Saturday, and I should be able to go.
I'm coming back from an undisclosed location, but around 1 o'clock, and I think it passes through Burundara on the way home, so I might be able to stick my head in.
And there we go. All right,
and blow some money before Christmas.
Woo! That's what we want. But yep. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This weekend, Collectorama, as we said, at Burundara Sports Complex, wherever that is. But you can find them Collectorama Melbourne on IG, and then they also got collectoramamelbourne.com.au. So they have a website. So very, very profesh, which is good to see. And the first time they've been running a show. So hopefully it won't be the last, and depending on obviously their success. All right, Doma, we've got a few things. I want to just try open this. Okay. So here we go. Let me just bring this up first. All right. So this is, I'm bringing this up. This is PSA Sports Cards on IG. I'm sure people could relate, maybe not at this level of magnitude of money spent, but I'm sure people in the hobby can relate. And it just goes to show that sometimes buying the new flashy thing isn't always the best idea. So just listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
Learn. But this time, we lived and let the cash burn. If I had a time machine, I'd probably make these mistakes again, unfortunately. First up, Trevor Lawrence, NT Swoosh RPA. We paid over $25,000 for this. I'm guessing it's worth $5 now. Tyler Murray, NT. I was feeling good. It's just knocked out the Patriots. I won a bet of like $500. It was exciting time for the Empire. Paid $33,800, probably $1,500 now. Zion NT, we were feeling the hype. Paid $70,000 plus. It's probably worth $15 now. Last but not least, the man who cost PC Sports Cards endless. Lamborghinis we could have had if we didn't invest in this guy. Paid our child's college tuition. Who knows? A lot more sleep. John Morant NT. We paid over $120,000 for this card. Probably now worth $15,000. They say you live and learn, but this time we lived and let the cash burn.
So, look, good on this guy for putting those videos out there, because that's the reality of, when you play at that ultra high end. And, I think Vinny, who's obviously always in the chat, sent me this video, and I thought I'd bring it up as perspective on the hobby and how things can go wrong for you. But then, things can also go so right, because there's many a story that we've heard people, pulling big cards and, hitting out of small amounts, and people buying cards and selling them for phenomenal prices as well. But it just goes to show that, sometimes the new player that comes out, and that's why I even say with Wemby, like say Wemby's 5-6 years into his career and he hasn't won anything, Dom. What are his cards prices?
Well, Saucy can't even get through half a season at the moment. So, yeah, no, I completely agree with you. The Zion one's a big one. The John Morant one, I don't think anyone saw that happening. The John Morant one is more his off-field behavior cost. Correct. His on-field performances. So, but that's also, you can also look at it, Source, as this is hype that's been built by influencers in the hobby, and they've built that hype to turn over these players, and in turn they've sold off, and now they've left people holding the bag as well. So this is why we always say, for example, as we said at the top of the show, this shine index, The cards that are on the index are cards that they want you, or that they want on the index and want you to be propping up for their own benefit. It's not for your benefit.
2019 class is looking like a bust.
Well, it is looking stinky. I'll tell you that much.
Class. Let's just have a look at it. We had obviously.
Is Poku in one?
Pick number 1 is Big Zion. Pick number 2, Jar. Pick number 3, RJ. Pick number 4, DeAndre Hunter. Pick number 5, Garland. Pick number 6, Culver. Pick number 7, Kobe White. 8, Jackson Hayes. 9, Rui Hachimama. 10, Cam Reddish. Hero looks like one of the better picks out of the draft at 13, Dom.
When it's all said and done, he could probably be the best out of that draft. But it's the top 2 guys.
Let's go down. Nikhil Alexander-Walker looks like not a bad pick at 17.
Yeah, he's all right.
Then going much further down, doesn't look like. Calder Johnson's okay player.
He's
Jordan
okay.
Poole, was overhyped. Was definitely one of those overhyped guys.
Yeah.
And then you go down the rest of the guys. I don't think a lot of these guys are even. You got Jalen McDaniels. That's probably a good pick at 52.
Yeah.
But will stay in the league just for his, his ability to play 3 and D and be a rotation guy and a starter that can guard well. But yeah, it is looking like that. Garland probably, you probably have to say, look, Jai, if he can get his shit together, he's actually probably the best out of that top 10 that I mentioned.
He's the best player in that top 10.
And just mainly, I think Zion is by far the best player. It's just this factor of him consistently, missing 30 to 40 games every season. Like, it's just going to get to a point where teams aren't going to.
He had a weight issue source. It looks like they've got that under control. He's got a porn star issue. I don't know what other issues does freaking Zion have. Ja Morant's got a gun issue. Like, come on, man. Seriously. Tyler Hero's got a case of balling out. That's his issue. He's dominating. So, at least someone like him and Garland's a good basketball player as well. Like, there's guys in there, they've got their head screwed on and, hopefully they can make something. But like you said, there's a lot of nice role players in there. But the superstars, unfortunately, are the ones that are head cases.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for that draft.
I still have been wanting to buy a Zion auto, but I'm just like, even now, like they're still like, I feel like they're overpriced.
It's cooked. You know what that is?
I like him.
That's the source. That's people chasing to recoup some of the cost that they've lost. That's all it is. It's all fake.
His NTRPAs were going for like
his market. His market is not inflated. It's all false pricing for his market because people have lost so much money on him. So much. So they're trying to recoup some of the cost. Excuse me. Yeah. But interesting. But like you said, Source, props to that guy for putting the video out, being fully transparent with it. So.
Fully transparent. And, credit has to go to him. And I think I also said off the back of that, I mentioned to Venny, as I said, he sent me that video. I said, for him to be able to, have that, say that and sort of put that video out there, I'm sure he's bought some other cards and done quite well on it. So, and at high prices as well. So I'm sure, although it hurts to lose money, of course, especially at those volumes, just unfortunately it happens. It has happened to a lot of people. And that's why sometimes when stuff goes up, you need to sell and take some profits. So then if it does go down or crash, you don't feel as bad that you didn't sell some stuff near the top or on the way up, right? So, That's just my opinion. Now, Doma, will be obviously the last thing, and it's in the title. I mentioned about the massive
buyback.
conflict of interest with the buyback situation going on with PSA. If you send your cards in and you get them graded, they will offer you, when they take the scans and show you what grades you got on your PSA account, they'll offer you to buy it right there and then. So you never have to receive the cards. They offer to buy it. They pay you out that price that they've offered you if you accept, and they never have to ship the card back to you from PSA. Now, I said this was a massive conflict of interest, Doma, and well, you wouldn't believe what's happened, and I seen this come across the socials, and this Mano TCG. This is the first guy I seen it. I do know that our man Dan the Card Man has done a video on this as well, so you can go watch that as well. I did see that. I wasn't able to view it before we jumped on, but I'll just let this bloke explain it, and then we'll give you our thoughts.
All right, more PSA drama. So not too long ago, I and a few other creators made a video about how PSA or dealers through PSA were buying back slabs at pretty good rates. And of course, the whole comment section is filled with people going like, they're turning 9s into 10s. It's a complete scam, blah, blah, blah. Well, it looks like this might have kind of accidentally happened. So essentially what happened is this guy here graded like 30 of these cards, and they all came back 9s. And of course, he sold them right back to PSA because I guess who wants 30 PSA 9s of this card? And you can see right here, these are the offers he accepted. But when he looked at the pictures of the cert numbers, ones that came up as 9s, you can see Gem Mint 10. Then apparently his post actually reached PSA and they confirmed it was a one-off situation. He said the grades were manually reviewed after his original post reached PSA and the sales will be reversed and returned to him. So according to him, someone in PSA saw the post, and then I guess that triggered them to review the submission and regrade the cards. So you could just read what he wrote here.
They manually...
A lot of confusion still about how I can say with confidence that this is a one-off situation. Let me clarify. My changing from a PSA 9 to PSA 10 was a unique situation triggered by someone in PSA who saw my original post displaying all of the 9s. It was obvious that the grades originally given were not fair, and so the entire sub was regraded. This was done without my knowledge, and PSA did not know I had already accepted buyback offers. I know this raises other concerns, but no fraud or malicious activity was taking place here. In my screenshots, you can see that, and I can't read part of it because he's got his head over it, but the cards I sold back were updated to 10. So if this happened to something, they would be able to go back and something which many have done already, not found any issues. Okay. As much as he's trying to cover them up, this Preston TCG, I think it is on X, where this guy has found this post, this man in TCG who's posted about it. That's the bloke who was speaking. But Doma, now they've just been caught out. Dom, they've just been caught out, right? Oh, it was an accident. It's a one-off. Oh, come on. Do we really believe that?
You uniquely regraded 30 cards. How is that a one-off?
How can 30 of the same card all get 9s? That's all I'm going to say.
And then 30 of the same card get 10s. If it's a unique situation, Zors, it's like one card or two cards or three cards turn into 10s out of their lot. Not all 30 cards.
They've just said, mate, we're going to turn them all into 10s. Shut your mouth, all right? And put this post
PSA
out.
has gone internally where please submit again, like everyone calls them. And then guess what? They submitted their cards free of charge.
Just crazy, Doma. And, as much as they're trying to save face and say, oh, it was an accident, one-off situation, I just think it's all It's all bullshit, mate. Like, it just think about it logically, Dom. It makes so much sense when you have cards that are say worth $300 in a PSA 9, and you give it a 10 and it's worth like 2.5 or 3,000. Why the fuck wouldn't they do it? And then they're reselling those cards on their own selling platform or on
That's
eBay,
right.
where they have a special rate on eBay as PSA through eBay. Why wouldn't they do that? Like, just think about it logically. Why wouldn't they do that? Why? It just makes so much sense. Like, it just makes so much sense. I don't know.
You know why it makes so much sense, Source? Because of this right here. This was last month. There you go. This is why it makes so much sense. That right there. You can add the 35. You can add this 35.
425k. Fuck, it's interesting to see that CGC's clear second and Beckett. So, if I was you, ladies and gentlemen, I'd be sending PSA, CGC, then Beckett. Obviously, if you want to go for a black label, that still does have its
But
high
CG,
brand.
SGC shouldn't even have to be in here because that's PSA now.
No,
Anyway,
well,
so
it's irrelevant. SGC is irrelevant, if you ask me.
but there you go. Like,
Yeah,
just imagine
interesting to
that.
see tag up there, 39k.
I'm just saying, 1.6 million cards in November. So, how many of them did they offer buybacks to? Like, it's just, I just want to know. I just want to know. Like, is there KPIs for these people selling cards on the platform for PSA? Like, if you're a seller for them or doing buybacks, are you like a salesperson trying to buy back saying, oh, I work in the TCG department at PSA now for our platform to sell cards? And if he's the TCG rep, does he get like a bonus if he gets X amount of sales through the buybacks he makes and the value of the cards on the year? I think about that.
Yeah.
I think about that because all of a sudden those 9s are 10s, and like you're saying, if they're 10s, they go up an extra $1,500 a card, and then there's 30 of them, and that's $450,000. Oh, sorry, $45,000 off one sale. Has he met his KPIs for the year? I don't know how it works. I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy. It's a concern.
I don't know. It's a massive conflict of interest.
They should not be. They should not be in the marketplace sales game whatsoever.
If you ask me, I don't know.
Whatsoever.
Massive conflict of interest. But I just thought I'd put it out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been all over the socials and everything, but you got to speak about it because this is so ingrained into this hobby, grading cards and people, the artificial scarcity it creates in a way with certain things. And some of it I can understand, Donna. Some of it I can understand. Some of it I can't. I can't understand it sometimes on numbered cards, but can understand it on like older vintage cards, even if it's like first edition Pokemon. I get it, sort of get it with that sort of stuff. Some of the modern stuff I don't get in a way. PSA 9 to 10 is huge, man. Jimmy says, yeah, it is. It's massive. And just when you put it the way that we're thinking about it, I've put it. Like, I think it sounds logical. And Doma's saying if it's someone within PSA that works there and maybe they've got certain quotas they need to meet, who knows? Maybe
I don't know. It's all speculation. I'm speculating.
Doors.
I'm just speculating.
Yeah, it's all speculation. We don't actually know, but just the one thing I will absolute bullshit on is to say it was a one-off. It's a one-off.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. I know for 1 second.
I don't believe that at all.
Especially on TCG, it's so hot at the moment. I don't believe it for a second. Not a chance.
There it is, Doma. There it is.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, keep living, loving, and breathing sport and cards. I'm Dom, the Great Man Source. It's double coverage. Peace.
Peace out, ladies and gents. Like and subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.